Bean made that beat.
Tell her stop playing with me. Now talk about money, then please stay away from me. I see demons, somebody please pray for me. I recline in my chair and wait patiently. Tell her stop playing with me. Yeah. Tell her stop playing with me. Yeah.
White people can't cook, bro. It sounds like a celebrity can cook.
Some can.
Some can.
But the only on this song,
Like I can cook.
you be
My
iffy
dad
on eating
can
it because
cook.
they be having them
My grandma
animals.
can
I know
cook.
some white people that can cook. I know somebody white can cook like a
But I know-
But they
But I
have
know
cats
I-
on them counters.
It usually depends on where they're from. Like if they're like country white people, then they can cook.
Yeah.
Like if they're like redneckish kind of,
Yeah.
or like were
Them
raised
motherfuckers
poor,
can cook.
then they can cook.
'Cause they gonna
It's
cook
rich
some-
white people that can't cook, or middle class white people. If it was people that grew up poor as shit, they can cook like a motherfucker. Like my dad's family, my mom's family all grew up like real poor,
It is
and they
true.
can cook. Like
Yeah,
Thanksgiving
yeah,
is
it
like.
is. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
They can find somebody you know that had a good childhood.
Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to
They can't
They
cook
can't
for a
cook for
motherfucking
shit.
damn.
Yeah, they go for black people too.
Yeah, they do.
that work
They damn
the
sure.
hell.
That's why I
Black
got to
people too.
think.
It's really just poor people can cook.
Yeah, because they
More
start
than
putting shit
anything.
together
They
and
make shit- make
and
some-
make shit was for whole spread.
It really ain't a recipe to like anything with black people. You just go in there and put certain seasons
That's
in
how it
and
is
we'll make it
for.
pop.
That's how it is for like the
That's
white
how I
people I
learned
know
how
that
to
can
cook.
cook. Those I've never seen my dad,
They
my
probably
grandma,
throw leaves in it and
anybody
everything.
go off a recipe.
Yeah, I just seen the.
Have y'all ever had a twice baked potato?
Oh,
Yeah, at your
man.
house.
Yeah,
Oh, I done had one at Raffica Cool.
Yeah, I had one at your house. I said you ought to eat the hood.
Yeah, you shit, DP
That
boy.
motherfucker, that was
You
good.
ruthless when it come to food. He didn't get roguish. She just take your damn plate.
That nigga eats first and by himself.
That
He
nigga
don't wait on
cook.
nobody to sit
Man,
down.
He is
we
the
cook in my
cook.
house. Food
Bro,
ready. I'm
DP
in the
is
kitchen
the cook.
already.
And when the food is done, he ain't gonna stay done. He ain't gonna have a plate already. Sitting down
I have
eating.
food,
That's how you
I
gonna know it's done.
Yeah, he gonna sit down with his plate.
Yeah,
And then
he
gonna go
don't
fix
tell
your
nobody
plate.
first.
He don't say nothing. He eat in front of the kids.
Man, the kids don't even eat first.
That nigga eat in front of the females. That nigga eat in front of everybody.
Well, and he might, man, he'll take a bite out of your plate too.
Yeah, he will eat off your plate.
I'm like, hey, let me get some of
You
that
don't even
dessert.
say, hey, let me get it. You just get it. You took a whole pork chop from me one day.
Oh, that's when I was fucking. I don't eat pork chop. That's how I
Boy,
know.
you was, yeah,
I
you was
knew
over
I
there
was
dead.
hungry when I
You
ate that. I don't even like pork chop.
Yeah, I
You don't
had
like
about
pork
two
chops?
of them.
Hell no. I don't like pork chops, and I don't like really. I don't like fried chicken like that.
Y'all
I don't like
lamb?
fried chicken.
Y'all like
I
lamb?
don't like
Oh,
fried
lamb
chicken
is
cooked
really
at
good.
home. That's what it is.
I love lamb.
You like lamb meat?
Oh yeah,
No, lamb's good.
lamb is.
It's like
ooh,
steak
ooh.
but better.
Yeah, that's some rich meat right there.
Yeah, it's really good.
Texas Day Brazil.
Man,
That's
that's
what the burrito
the,
tacos are. Well, no, that's goat. I
No,
take that
that's
back.
roast. Yeah, roast
Yeah.
basically.
It's goat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Goat.
I mean, they use goat.
Goat,
I mean, goat's
basically.
good too. All this shit's good.
But if you go to Texas Day Brazil,
No, Texas Day Brazil and get some
I'm telling you,
fucking
you ain't
goat
got
or
to eat.
lamb.
You need to go there on an
Well,
empty
lamb is
stomach.
like a pork chop, ain't it?
No,
No.
it's like a steak. It's a steak, but like better than steak.
Yeah,
There's really nothing that tastes like pork chops except pork chops.
I don't like pork chops.
I don't like
I love
briskets.
pork chops.
I like fried pork chops. I'm over hidden.
Oh, fried pork chops are good as fuck.
I like it. Gotta be
With-
some
with
thin piece
grits.
of meat. I don't like no big ass meat. I ain't gonna want no steak.
Have you ever had a
Pork chop.
tomahawk steak
Oh,
I
tomahawk
don't
steaks
want
are
no
fucking
thick-ass meat.
nuts. Yeah,
or
that's-
cowboy
the
steak?
cowboy steaks and tomahawk
Man, look
steaks
like
are
50
huge as
said,
well.
all you eat is goddamn steak.
Mm-hmm.
Damn
Damn
That
right.
nigga 50 had me too. He said, "Look what you gonna eat later? Some steak?"
And then,
I'm trying to get
yeah,
that deep freeze right now so I can stock up on some meat.
Yeah.
That's the
hey,
country.
that's a
niggas
grown
Why don't you go
man. That's a
hunting?
grown man status.
I've been thinking about that.
What?
I wish
You
I
go hunting.
I wish I could go hunting.
Just
Like
go
out
deer
where,
hunting.
Where I go work, where I work at. I wish
Oh,
I
y'all
could
got a
hunt.
range out there, don't you?
Nah, they don't let you hunt out there. Them deer, they know you can't touch them.
Yeah.
They know you can't touch them.
I thought they had like a hunting thing out there.
I know plenty of people that
They go back there and tell it.
They
I'm
take you with them.
in hunt, but like you can't hunt close to that plant like that.
Have you
You know
ever
how
had
to
deer?
skin a deer?
Huh?
Have you ever had deer?
No,
Nah,
I think I
deer's
had
so
I had
fucking
deer
good.
sausage and it was good.
No, deer
Yeah, I had the
sausage?
ground meat. I didn't even know. I thought it was
Man.
ground beef.
We had
I put y'all on that grounded brisket burger.
This deer?
no
just-
brisket's just a type of beef. It
Yeah,
comes
so-
in a
Oh,
certain
okay.
cut.
It's grounded on
Yeah.
a burger. Have you ever had? Well, you had it on
Yeah, I
the
had
burger.
that burger. Remember, I took a long time eating that burger. I couldn't
And
eat it.
everybody in there quiet.
Hell yeah.
No, we had.
It took me about a
my
whole hour to eat that.
My friend one time made chicken fried deer. It was so damn
Chicken
good.
fried deer.
Man, deer sausage is good.
like
I
a
had it
chicken
one
fried
time
steak,
and I was
but with
like,
deer.
this is good.
Yeah, deer meat. I ain't gonna eat like that great. They did deer meat.
I just ain't
It was
no
just some
squirrel,
rice.
no squirrel, no possum wreck. I ain't
Nah,
gonna
I'm
do
not
that.
trying.
Some
I'm not
people eat
eating
squirrel
any shit
brains.
like that.
Cody, you don't eat squirrel brain?
Fuck no, I don't eat.
I'm not
I'm
eating
not
that
eating any
shit.
shit like that.
Fried squirrel brain.
Fuck that.
Fried monkey nuts.
was a rabbit.
I'm not eating that either.
Was it someone's pet?
I don't know.
He was-
Hey, you ever seen
he went
somebody
to
skin
Wet
rabbit in it?
Oh, it's not pretty.
It
I
ain't
seen
nice.
some.
It ain't nice.
I didn't care. I was there and I was hungry. I thought it was nuggets.
Y'all see them
Hey,
places
rabbit
down there?
fries.
Them places in Marshall though.
Joe.
Them places
He was at Wet Pets
Wait,
and Creditors
what?
and ate a
Just some white
fucking.
people has you gonna be fun.
Nah, he was-
Well, man, you always
Nice.
getting something. That's what you
Some
get.
white folks ass you gonna be real.
Yeah, he was at Petco and he was like, one of these things look kind of good.
Actually, when growing up, I just hung out with a lot of white people, so that's kind of what it was. I really didn't start hanging around blacks.
That's interesting.
Okay, Jason Pitts.
I really didn't start hanging with the blacks until.
You sound like Jason Pitts
damn.
out the game.
Nah.
What I was talking about, I know y'all seen the reboiled spicy water for the crab boil down in Marshall.
I know you a damn liar.
I wish I was.
I mean, shout out to Marshall. There's some good people in Marshall.
It is. There's some good pictures in Marshall, but
Who?
You gotta,
it's the
Damn.
sex.
Everybody
Take it there.
down there, everybody down there, rude.
Nah,
Them
no,
folks in
no,
Marshall
I
rude.
know some cool ass people from
know some
Marshall.
people-
Man,
Marshall's cool too,
they
but-
get cool after a while, but
It's a certain.
but them Marshall folks a different breed. Them
Yeah,
motherfuckers
Yeah, they
They
is.
all aggressive.
It's a certain section of them.
Shit, that whole it ain't but a small section. It's that section. Boy, they be proud
Hey,
of
they
it, but they be cool though.
They look
But in the
different
beginning,
down there.
yeah, they ain't nothing like. They ain't nothing like.
Let's just say they act like
You
folks
can
who-
tell when they from Marshall. They get the tribute. You just say you from Marshall, ain't you? They be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really can tell people from Marshall. They usually wear rather red and
Mhm.
and they usually be about your color.
No, he's not lying.
He's not lying. I know he ain't.
They buy my color and they wear collar shirts, no logos on them.
Yeah.
They,
Or if there's a girl, her shit gonna be stiff or her stiff.
It's gonna be red.
Yeah,
It's gonna
red.
be
red or
blonde.
blonde.
Or blonde, or all that gold that supposed to be
Yeah,
blonde.
Damn, they.
And then use what's that shit that come in the dye? The Perflex? You know the shit that
I know what color you talking
you know
about
that
though.
when you bleach your hair, it's
Peroxide?
when you get the real bleach, it's some shit that come in it.
I mean, there's
Kate- I think
peroxide.
it's called
Is
Kate-
it-
Nah.
Ammonia?
It's a
Ammonia.
I have to-
Shit.
Hey, I think ain't ammonia in it, damn.
Nah, we used to make a joke about it. Me
maybe.
and Carnation used to be like, when we see somebody her bleach, we'd be like, you ain't used the right bleach. That shit ain't the right color. You can tell when somebody got this shit professional bleach.
Yeah.
Than when they
You
get
would come to blonde hair, you
You can
can.
tell if you really just know. Like I just know because I ain't had my hair
It
done.
was a woman I seen the other day. I was like, yeah, her shit.
Yeah,
that
you can
blue-
tell. Like
that
them
blue
blondes
is
ain't
off.
gonna. You can tell when that shit done in the house and when that shit ain't done right. So a lot of these bitches running around here with that copper gold. And you be like, baby, that's that.
Yeah.
It's that from the box gold. You didn't go sit down in the church.
I done had copper before. But I sat in the chair to get
Like I
copper.
say, you can tell when somebody do it right. Them,
Man.
so when you get your hair done, that shit supposed to be all one color blonde, not dark blonde going in the light,
Yeah,
or light
yeah.
going in the dark.
It's called ombre.
Nah, shit.
That ain't no
some
fucking
people shit
ombre.
not- Some people shit do not be
Walk
on.
around here look like a damn
You mean
a
blotch?
Funyuns
You probably
bag.
mean blotch.
Man, some
Like
people shit be fucked
when
up,
it's like sun blood, then you got a black spot in it. Then it get.
Nigga, I didn't see some people shit die, and I didn't see they shit died in the kitchen. I know it looked like it was died in the kitchen. Like I know,
Kitchen beautician.
yeah, I can tell. It looked like it. It's like, bro, once you know people who do hair and you know hairstyle. Matter of fact, we having a hairstylist come. She gonna be able to break it down.
Yeah.
She gonna be able to tell y'all
You
when
ain't
she
got
comes
your
out.
you ain't got your shade.
She gonna be like, yeah,
beautician.
yeah, you know when somebody got that real. I think it's Olaplex. When you ain't got that bleach with that Olaplex, you know. If you ain't got that, you can look
You
at
can
somebody.
just see it.
Yeah, you can look like I ain't getting
That ain't no
Olaplex
real
in it.
blood.
That ain't no real. Yeah, your shit damaged.
Ooh, if a fry.
Your shit
I
damaged.
done had a beautician fry my hair before.
I
But
done had
that's
my
for
shit
bleach.
fried before.
Like they bleach shit ain't no joke.
That bleach
shit
time
will
you
fuck
dye your hair,
shit.
it make your hair fall out. It fuck your hair up. You got to
Especially you had a perm on
You
the
got
back
to
end.
take care of it. It don't matter if you white, black, green. I mean, my old lady, she got
Yeah,
when she be down there.
That
bro, she
blonde,
got to get-
that shit
Yeah,
fry.
that shit
That
That
fry.
shit tingle in your head too.
Yeah.
That shit feel like
Bro, you
something
feel on your
frying
scalp.
up there.
Your
Yeah.
scalp get
Hey,
itchy.
when I had dyed my hair orange, man, my shit feel like it was on fire.
Get out your hair on.
Man, you know, like I had that.
Yeah, I know what
Orange,
you're
yeah,
talking
that
For
color.
Halloween?
No,
No.
it was kind of like how you know,
I'm gonna say,
Brave
yeah, boy, it feel like.
after Disney came.
Woo!
That's the color it was. But baby, when I
feel
say
like
it's
somebody
hot,
got their nails and they doing this in your
man,
head.
it's like you scratched the perm. It feels like you scratched the perm
Man,
with
it
the
just
perm
feel
on.
weird, bro.
Scratching
feel
a
weird.
match.
It do.
It's like your head on
Feel like a
fire.
tingling feeling. Like at
Woo,
first it feel
yeah.
good, then it
Some
start
of these
itching.
motherfuckers just need some sulfate.
Hey, I ain't this stuff ain't real.
I use some stuff for you.
Hey, what you get something? Hold on, what you
Keep my waves on point, man.
It's gonna make your hair grow too. You gonna get a haircut every day. Stuff ain't
work on me.
I just shave my head bald every once in a while.
We
Let it
know.
get back out.
So you just bush hog your shit.
You do. He come out looking racist. He ain't gonna go nowhere with the nigga.
He's like Michael Rappaport and
He just look like he.
yeah.
He look like soon as I make him mad, he gonna say nigger. He look like he ready to say nigger.
Yeah.
I be looking at Cody like, hey,
I do look pretty racist with a bald head,
You
but
do.
But I like him. I just don't. I try to cut out anything that takes up time that I don't care about, and my hair doesn't mean shit to me.
You
So.
had to have like Roselle O'Donnell that time
I'm
about
finna
6
say
years.
this some new shit.
Yeah, but I was going through
about
some
3
shit.
years ago, you was looking like Fat Skrillex.
I know. I had just a little
Yeah.
moment where I was like, let me just try to try something. And
I don't
was
know
like,
what kind of
and then I
hairstyle it was.
Yeah, it was like
It was
a.
long on one side.
Hey,
It was long on top, but I always had it combed to the
so he
side.
just. I'm just like, what the fuck got he going through?
Yeah, man, I just remember it was all black and
Well, that's when I realized I was like, I need to go back to how I used to be and just shave it every so often, shave it bald,
man,
which is how I was for a
walking
long
around
time.
with that hairstyle for about 2 months though.
I know, it was a long time.
Was
And
you
then
a Pow Wow haircut?
a what?
Pow Wow.
How
Cody
about
used to get his hair cut.
Pow Wow.
Paul Wall? What's his
Yeah.
haircut? He's bald, isn't he?
Like that. He got the same cut he got right now.
Yeah,
Do they
I don't know what he. I don't
But
know
nah,
what
Cody
his-
I thought Pow Wow had a.
Cody used to get like a cut. Like he
Yeah,
used to keep it kind of
a
long,
little
keep
fade.
it faded. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cody used to get it.
But then I
black
re-
barb and everything.
Yeah, but then I realized that
State
was.
cut.
I realized it was a waste of time too, and that I could just shave my head every couple weeks and let it grow out for a couple weeks, shave it again, and just keep doing that. And I don't have to ever think about it.
I think you should let that hair grow a little bit, man.
Nah, I'm not.
At least keep it that length right there. At least keep it that length.
It's a
Maybe.
dad cut.
I don't know. I like
mean-
shaving it sometimes.
I mean, I'm gonna be your friend regardless, but just look problematic. You got no hair.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Don't be down there at the September event looking like that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Cody, how you
Keep
gonna
your
wear
hair
hair
for
for
that.
the view?
Let
I'll
that
keep my
hair,
hair out.
keep it for that, because you don't want people to see.
well, the last time I shaved, I didn't shave it all the way, so it wasn't too bad.
Motherfuckers sitting over here looking
Wait, I'm trying to be real for they gonna look at you crazy down there.
And then I'm the one that got to deal with it.
And it's not just
Joe
because
gonna say,
it's your hair.
you
It's like,
set it up.
okay.
You set it up. So I got to deal with the
I'm
problem.
gonna be a real pie until you don't do that.
You gonna have us in there defending you like a
Yeah,
bitch.
don't
Like,
do
hey,
that.
don't do that.
Damn, I'm gonna have to come out my
Let
slides.
me tell you something. If you gonna shave it now, so it'll be back.
Just don't shave it, Cody. Just keep it.
I mean, I'm not talking about
keep
like I'm not
going.
gonna shave it, but I'm just gonna like
Cut
keep
it.
it trim.
Past that length.
Yeah, I can
It's
do
for that
that.
Get a
event.
fade on the side. So
Like I said, you can cut it. If you want to shave it right now, so it'll be there.
Yeah.
Round up.
Your hair grow quick.
Yeah, my hair grows
Yeah.
super fast. So
Just
I'll
don't
do that.
come in that thing looking like an elbow.
Skinny. What the hell, bro?
Just meat.
Man,
I'm still gonna be his friend, but it's just gonna be awkward.
Cody, you gonna put me in a position where I might. Damn, man, have to fight somebody.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna fight somebody.
Yeah, I'm riding with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you my
Yeah,
friend.
cause
Somebody says something,
Right.
I'm like, no.
Like, we can avoid it.
It's like April through the mic.
No, we finna go Dudley, boy.
They were just throwing shit.
I was not in church. Cause I'm gonna go to that bitch with my elbow drop.
I got that DP ran and jumped off the table
And
and
they
fucked
was
up
like, you
everybody.
got solid. See, that nigga solid.
Boy, they gonna say, hey, them TruChat boys rough. Yeah. They gonna say,
They wild and
You
bitch.
say that little motherfucker will.
I'm gonna be the new generation X by the time we done. Cause I'm gonna be convinced with some man.
Oh yeah.
I'm picking
I'm
up
coming
some.
Hey, Cody, just
my
get in the
brother.
car. Because, hey,
Yeah, fight to
just
the car.
go get in the car. 'Cause we coming right behind
The
you.
rule is fight to the car. I hope
Fight,
everybody
get
know
to
that.
the car.
If you ain't never been jumped in the club, and I'm gonna put you on game. Fight to the car.
Know your
Don't ever
exits.
try to win a fight in the club. Just fight to the car, bro. Like
Just go
I
to
see
the
a
car
lot of
because we're
people-
going to the. We're trying to get to the car.
We're trying
When you get to that car, they go leave you.
I be seeing people who be fighting in the club, and they be having the whole wrong mindset.
Yeah,
And
they
it's
want to
like,
keep fighting.
It's like, no, bro. You just fight till you get to the exit and then get to the car and leave. If you fight in the club, you're most likely gonna start. You're gonna get jumped.
You're gonna get stomped out.
For real. Because if it's 3 of y'all and 8 of them, you're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose.
So fight to the car. Don't try to be a tough guy.
And go head up.
And if you gotta burn it down, that's why Cody's big. Just get in the car.
They go for anybody. They go for any event. I don't care
that's
what
true.
it is. If you get into an altercation, fight to the car. This is perfect.
Hey, just
this
count
is
your.
advice.
Don't. Hey, what they
Fight
say?
to the car.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Yeah, just fight to the car.
Yeah.
Like, don't even try to fight.
Don't
just,
try to take
just
on
really
what
just
you do.
defend yourself and get to the car.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, don't just throw a punch, and if he drop, go to the car. Like, don't
Try to fight back away.
Don't even try to look behind. Just
go.
Yeah,
you need
fight, just try to get to the car.
tunnel vision on that
I'm
goddamn
glad
car
we all
right
like
on.
that
On
same
that
mindset.
fucking door that say exit.
Yeah. I done been with some niggas who did not have that energy. They was fighting.
They still want to go.
Like, bro, we it's 10 of them. We just dropped 2 of them. Let's go. Like, let's go. Like,
we take this.
you don't have to be tough guy for me, bro. Like, I don't mind running. from
That's
a group of people. Like, I'd rather
Been
run.
there and done it.
I'd rather run from a group of 20 niggas than get stomped out by 20 niggas. This story just sounds a little bit better. Telling people I ran and I got beat up in the club.
Cause I ain't gonna laugh at you. I'm like, oh, you did right.
Yeah, I
ain't gonna laugh at you.
I'ma definitely tell you did right. If you tell me you left the club when you hit a nigga and took out run, I'm gonna say that's the perfect idea, bro. Like,
Some people want to stick around and try to prove a point. You now you need
don't do it
reconstruction
with me in the car.
surgery.
Don't do it with me in the car. Please don't play tough guy with me in the car.
I'll probably just not shave my head.
Yeah.
Then I don't think we have to worry about it.
Cause I'm picking up that type, I'm gonna slang that
Man, I'm
bitch.
picking up that damn mic because this thing gonna hurt.
Or I can just wear a fucking hat.
Shit, I'm gonna keep this on my hand.
Worst comes to worst, I just wear a fucking beanie or a hat or something.
Nah, it ain't gonna get that far, but it can. But
we done just had a whole.
I know.
yeah, it ain't gonna get that far, but it
I
can
know.
get that far. But people gonna be looking like,
They been
more than
not
likely
shit. They
just.
been not fuck with you.
I will more than likely just not.
They
shave my head.
not gonna do that.
I know.
They ain't gonna do that.
I'm really not that worried about it. I've had my head shaved plenty of times and it's never been a problem.
I mean, I ain't worried about it either.
But I'm not going.
I ain't worried about it. I know you
you covered. That's how.
Should I not wear my Trump hat?
Fuck no, don't wear that motherfucker. Don't wear that.
Yeah, we're gonna bring the pills.
Hey.
Yeah, no.
Now you gonna put another division. We gonna.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna still be your friend.
Yeah.
But that card might leave a little faster than.
But nah, you just by yourself.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Like, I ain't with that nigga.
You know, we with anybody but him, right?
Yeah. They gonna be like, what's that white boy doing?
As soon as we
He
say,
cool though, but I don't know what he doing.
yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Cause you been working with a Trump hat, I ain't gonna say shit, but that's your business.
He got on the TruChat strip,
No,
but
thank
I don't
you.
know.
I don't know where you got that fucking jerk.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Shit, you know how them Trump folks is? They get anything. My Cody, don't
that.
wear that damn head. You got that head?
Fuck no.
Oh, damn.
God no.
Hey, but I mean, hey, it was a man that giving some braces out at my job and supposed to be wearing them. They'll support him.
No,
I mean-
no thank you.
I don't
Not
care
a fan.
about none of that shit. How y'all feel about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden teaming up?
Man, somebody said they woman did some fucked up things.
I ain't
she
fucking
locked-
with no damn Joe Biden. Just let me tell you, I ain't fucking with Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Joe
He said-
Biden. Joe
Yeah.
was cool. They talking about Joe Biden is what that is because he was cool with Obama. I ain't necessarily fuck with Obama like that. He just was black.
But back to the woman, man.
I'm gonna be 100.
Yeah, they say
said
Kamala
the
Harris
woman-
was hell.
They said the black people had the highest rate in the jail with her.
Yeah, so
I
she
ain't fucking with no Kamala Harris.
I ain't
Yeah.
fuck with her.
You said,
either.
what you say?
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, fuck her name.
Kamala Harris.
You can fuck her name up, Joe.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
Kamala Harris. I ain't
whatever.
fucking with. I'm not fucking with Biden or Camille. I'm rocking with Trump.
How the fuck you gonna say you just told Cody he
I
can't
told him
have
to be
that on?
careful. I didn't tell him not to.
No,
It's
you
gonna look
said-
pretty bad
You
if I-
said we ain't fucking with him. You said we up.
I was coming down to Biden and Trump. I'm with Trump.
I ain't with Trump.
I'm tell you something. I'm with them white. Same
You
with
need
the
to
white
fight
folks
for my
said.
vote.
They say I ain't messing with Hillary. She just as crooked as what do. That's same how I feel about Biden. Y'all let these niggas hype y'all up to vote for Biden if you want to. Biden ain't no better than Trump. Trump. Let me tell you something with Trump. I know what bullshit Trump gonna do. I don't know what Biden gonna do.
Yeah, Joe Biden's kind of an issue because you don't.
Yeah, I don't know what type of
Really, they're all
I'm not
an
gonna-
issue.
Yeah,
They're all an
and that's what I'm talking about.
And
I'm
they
looking
ain't
at
for us.
now check this out. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it like this. I know what type of
They
bullshit
getting
Trump
fucking
gonna do.
paychecks.
I don't know what Biden gonna do. I don't know.
Bro,
Biden.
their agenda is the same.
Yeah,
They
I'm
out
not
there
fucking with
checking
no
goes to
Joe
the-
Biden.
it-
I'm
it
not
goes-
fucking with Biden.
it's a job.
Let me tell you something.
They with anybody.
Once you become old and white, it's a hard. You got a hard chance with me. I ain't fucking with you.
Yeah.
No way.
Wait, what?
Joe Biden owns that
Joe
bitch.
Biden, old and white. I ain't fucking with that nigga. That mean he was around when they was calling niggas.
Trump was too.
Trump, let me tell you something. People tend to forget Trump was on every rap show in the 90s. Every rapper was hollering that I want to be like
They
Trump.
was,
until,
man, they
the-
was.
until y'all got mad because he used his,
You were
Let me
true.
tell you
You
something.
true to
Trump
it.
used dumb white folks to get his vote to win office and just roll.
Hey,
the
hey, you might be
out of
right.
stupid white people. And now all of a sudden y'all don't want to like him because stupid white people voted for him and helped him win. It's the same thing saying I don't like niggas because niggas helped Obama win. Come on now, we got to be more aware of what's really going
Because
on.
Trump did have interviews saying if he was to run for president, he said he
can't
would
do
be
like
a
a deacon
Democrat.
with them.
Yeah,
but he
Let me
knew he
tell you
probably
something.
wouldn't
You
win
got
as
to
a
be aware
Democrat.
of what's going on around you. These people was mad at Obama because Obama won, but the truth, Obama won because niggas wanted the black presidents and white people agreed. Okay,
They just wanted to shut up.
They wanted diversity. They
Exactly.
They just wanted to shut up,
Exactly.
basically.
Trump used the initiative. Let me tell you something. Trump came backpedaling off of that. These white folks mad that we had a black president. So he basically rallied up these white people that was mad that we had a black president and got them to vote for him. And now people that don't agree with these people are mad and thinking that it's a race issue. No, it is an ignorance issue. Trump is ignorant as hell. He is using ignorance to win. Yes, that's wrong. That's not right. But I'm damn sure I ain't finna use Biden who finna go in and do what he want to do.
Shit, fuck all of them. I don't
Fuck
give a
Biden.
fuck
I
about
ain't fucking with
nobody in
no
the
Biden
White
now.
House.
Let me tell you something. I'm voting for Trump if I got to vote. Notice I said if I got to vote.
Man, just
Meaning-
just leave your fucking vote out.
You
Just
might want to
don't
leave.
vote.
Yeah, y'all
Just
better
don't
leave. You
fucking
better
vote,
vote,
bro.
That's why I say y'all already talking about niggas never vote, not gonna vote. Let my nigga ass go down there and vote and vote for Trump.
I ain't voting
So
for
you might
Trump.
want to leave him alone. You might want to. You might want. You got Diddy out on the ground talking about black people need to vote. Got
rock the
Trey the
vote.
Truth. T.I. needs to vote. All right, I'm going to vote for Trump. Just keep playing with me.
Hey, it's
Keep
like
playing
they're saying. I'd rather deal with a
Until he
lesser.
fuck up
I'd
something
rather deal with a
that
lesser
we
devil than
choose.
the bigger
Let me
one.
tell you something. I know what Trump gonna do.
Yeah.
Trump gonna do some dumb shit. I don't know what Biden gonna do. I don't know Biden.
Bro, at this
All I
point,
know
you
is
might as well
Biden
you
said
might
that.
as well
Biden
roll the
said,
dice with
let me
it.
tell you something. Biden.
What's the worst that can happen after
This
this?
nigga Biden.
Didn't he just say some fucked up shit?
Biden
be.
just said that Mexicans and black people was something about the cultures are not diverse in culture. This nigga been saying stupid shit
Joe,
left and right.
Joe Biden is
all
not
them.
no, but
Joe Biden, let me tell you
No,
something.
he just said something stupid
Joe
about
Biden,
6
bro.
months ago,
Let me tell you
though.
something.
Yeah.
Trump ain't saying that stupid. Trump just don't give a fuck. He just
That's
checking
stupid,
niggas.
bro.
Yeah, but Biden,
No, but
this nigga Biden
there's
act
a
like he got
difference.
sense saying stupid shit.
Everybody that's running is nothing but
Hey,
game.
let me
All
tell
that
you-
shit is a
let me
strategy.
tell you
It's not a
something.
game.
You
I ain't
right.
vote
You
for
right.
nobody.
Hey, right. That's what I said.
Because it
That's
don't
why I
benefit
said.
me.
That's why I said if I go vote, y'all better
not
leave
going to
me
vote.
alone and let me not want to vote. Let me not
Yeah.
care. Because if I go down there and I start caring and I start telling folks the truth, y'all gonna have a different.
So you gonna be ignorant till you vote for Trump?
No, I ain't ignorant to it. I know that he better than Biden.
Man,
That's all
how?
it is.
Yeah.
What point?
What you mean? Let me tell you something. All I can tell you
I
is
would-
I
do
really
your
don't know much about
No.
Biden. So
well, do
I
your
don't
research.
Yeah.
Do your research.
I'm
Because Joe
down.
Biden, let me tell you something. Joe Biden ain't no better than nobody. Only thing Joe Biden got going for him, he was hanging out with Obama. It was Obama president.
but
Yeah,
then but look at but really
I'm
but
gonna be
look
real
at
and say I read up on Kamala Harris,
Kamala Harris is a piece of shit.
but I'm gonna
For
do
sure.
my research on Joe Biden.
No, okay. Research Joe Biden and see how he was like back in Delaware. That dude wasn't
I'm
some
not gonna
progressive
vote.
motherfucker.
But
Joe
I'm just
Biden
with
was.
anybody except for Trump. I don't give a like fuck Trump.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, me
you
personally,
need to,
he
like-
gotta go. Trump gotta go.
Man, fuck
But-
Trump. That nigga building a whole motherfucking wall that somebody could fucking go under.
Let me tell you something.
that shit's
Let me tell you
stupid,
something.
Yeah, but I'd rather that than building a bunch of.
Man,
I was
you
ignorant.
can't-
Let me tell you something. I don't like
no,
how
but-
Trump treated my essay
Man,
powers.
fuck
Yes.
I
that
don't
wall.
respect.
That's why I was like, he gotta go.
That
He
wall
better
is a
in that
waste.
shit.
That wall is just, man, to me, that's just a stamp saying Trump's
Man,
here.
let me tell you
But I
something.
would much rather see. I would rather that than have a president that's going to build a bunch of fucking private prisons, which is the type of people that like Joe Biden was, and really as shitty as it is that Obama
labor.
was. Barack Obama does not care about anybody. Barack Obama cared about becoming president and winning re-election. That dude, whenever he was running, that's all he talked about was like, we're going to protect whistleblowers. We're going to loosen like immigration laws. Soon as he became president, Edward Snowden gets sent to fucking Russia. And then the like kids in cages shit really started with Bill Clinton, but got like pumped up more during Barack Obama's presidency
Bro, the
than
White
any
House
other
is like
president.
That it is true. Yeah,
Barack
he
Obama
with that ice
Barack
stuff.
Obama did not care about anyone. He is a career politician, just like everybody else that's ever been a president. You cannot name one president that gave a fuck, that would have given a fuck about you or me. Like, not one president. You can go back. Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln didn't give a fuck about you. Abraham Lincoln was just trying to keep the country from falling apart. Abraham Lincoln even said he didn't think black people he said that they were not capable of handling their own freedom. Like, Abraham Lincoln didn't care about people. None of these presidents have ever cared about anyone other than the people that are going to get them elected, and then they care about what's going to help me get reelected. Donald Trump's no different. He just isn't a career politician, but he's acting like one, and he's doing the same shit that Bill Clinton did. Bill Clinton didn't care about people because he went on Arsenio Hall show and played the fucking saxophone. Bill Clinton put the 3 strikes rule, which is responsible for more black people being put in prison than any president in the history of the fucking country. But that dude hung out with fucking Arsenio Hall, so he cares about black people.
No,
Bill Clinton didn't give a fuck about anyone.
All this shit is,
they're the same people.
Against us. Like,
Exactly.
The
system is against us, so it don't matter who they. I don't give a damn. They put a black woman in there, Mexican woman, Mexican man, Chinese man.
Yeah.
They all the fuck. They against it. If
The
you gonna be
point
against
is,
it,
they gonna
you gotta be against them too.
It's just simple as this. They gonna tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear, just so you
Just
can
to get that funky ass.
Just like that little Chinese man, something to get everybody down.
Yeah,
so I'm
Joe ain't voting, but if you keep talking
I'm not
about
voting either,
going to
but that's
vote,
the
I'm
same.
going to vote for Trump.
I don't give a
So
damn how
y'all
much they
leave me
talk
alone.
about going to vote. He's not gonna persuade me to go.
Yeah, well,
I'm
I'm
not
telling
going
you,
to
taking
either.
my
my ass in the
there.
down there. You know who Joe punched in on the clock?
Well,
I'm just trying to let you
Donnie.
know.
Go on and
Y'all
push
out
that
here,
button.
y'all out here. You need to go vote. You need black people need to vote, especially because we vote for your rights to go vote. Okay, well, I'm going to vote for Trump. So be careful. Leave me alone.
Man,
I done told y'all niggas leave me alone.
Donald Trump, little brother, man.
I ain't mad at Trump.
That's your.
I told y'all niggas leave me alone.
Somebody said, that's the wrong Trump guy. I need to be more specific with
And
my
like I
prayers.
said, we weren't mad at Trump, man. But Ray Sherman just dropped a song a couple years ago, big lit like big up like Trump. But now all of a sudden we mad. Come on, now y'all niggas just following the wave.
nah, they ain't.
You had one nigga tell you
What
not
it
to
really
like,
comes
not
to-
to like something, and every other
Right.
nigga fell behind it.
And what it really
That's
comes
exactly
to
what it
is that Donald Trump.
Because ain't nobody did their research. If you do your research, if you really do your research, hey, come on now. I ain't saying Trump a good guy. I'm not taking up for Trump
No.
at all. I'm just saying I do my research. Hey,
Tell me the research. I'm listening.
shit, do your research. That's the research.
I don't want to.
Read for
I don't
yourself.
want to do it
If
because
you
I don't want to.
You don't want
But
to. You don't
that's-
want to be educated. That's what's wrong with people. They don't.
There's
don't
no
wanna be
education. I already know they're not for you. They
But you
don't
don't
believe.
know if
But
you
you
have
don't
Bro,
know.
they're not
education.
none of us at this table.
Check
All
this out.
right.
I am with
You
this.
still-
I'd
They
rather
don't give
do
a
it
damn
less
about
than
none of
a little
us.
bit.
But check this out. You still need to read so you know why
Right.
you
Yeah,
why you
I
don't
don't
give a
need to
damn.
read about
Read
that.
this. Yeah, you do.
Y'all don't even read the Bible. What y'all want me to
Yeah, I
read
do.
about?
I read it.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No.
I done read that book twice. That's
Right.
why I know it's some bullshit.
Yeah, how many times have you read the Bible
Shit,
front
I
to
done read
back?
the Bible. I ain't read it front to back.
I have.
What the fuck?
I have.
You done read the Bible from front to back.
I've read the Bible front to back 4
When I was in
times.
10th grade, I wish you could put on my schedule. Had a class
You
called.
read
Hold on,
the
let me tell you.
Bible.
If you let me talk, I'm tell you. When I was in the 10th grade, I had a class called Bible Survey at Long Beach High School. We read that bitch from beginning to end. When I went to, like I said, I can speak on this. This is more than my testimony.
Yeah.
So I say, if I was to get saved and really want to go to church and get somebody to cry with me, I can do that. When I thought about killing myself, I read the Bible. Read that bitch from the first page to the end, from the book of. That's why I say I read it,
You
bro.
read-
Yes,
I've read-
it's not a bad.
yeah.
It's really a good story. That's why I can tell you.
I'm
that.
not against the Bible,
No,
nigga.
but-
I know a lot of the shit
I'm
in the
not-
Bible.
No, I'm
you
not
haven't
saying
read
that.
it.
I
But I'm
read it
saying-
from beginning to
I
fucking
read
end.
it.
shouldn't you
Read it, bitch, bro.
Shit, you can read the Bible and not even fucking understand. I don't give a damn how many times you read it. You can read it 10 times, but that doesn't mean you grasp
But
what
you've
it said.
never read it.
Yeah.
I didn't say I haven't. I said I haven't read from beginning to end.
Oh, I haven't.
But that doesn't mean that I haven't read the Bible. But you have a preacher, shit, that don't
Well, how
mean he
the
done
fuck do
read
you
the
read
whole
the
damn
book?
Bible,
You
but
need
he
to.
gonna preach on a certain scripture.
need to.
Right, but you don't think
You need to.
Yeah,
That's enough.
you
That's
should
a part.
read it
That's a part of my
front to back.
requirement for church. If I'm going to church and I'm repenting, you tell me you ain't read the Bible, I ain't going there no more.
Yeah, because you don't know.
I
what
didn't
the
ask
fuck
the
you-
pastor. Have you read the whole Bible? Nope. I don't need to hear.
Then
You don't know what you read.
because you don't know what the fuck you're talking
Let me tell you
about.
something. I get what you say. I agree with what you say. I'm speaking.
I'm
on
just
the
gonna
level-
keep it real. I know I haven't read the Bible. And I just
let me
put
tell you
this on
something.
church.
I'm gonna be
all the
real
time.
with you. It's boring. It's boring. If you do it, I'm not gonna tell you to read. But I'm telling you what, I can't speak for you. I'm telling you what.
I'm just trying to figure out, but which Bible did y'all read though?
I go get in there and sit in there.
I've read the King James twice, and then the
because this one is not just like you just read through it.
No, I ain't read.
What are you talking about? There's the King James, and then there's
it's different versions, and it's
I know, but they're still basically the same.
I ain't read that motherfucking book a day in my fucking life.
I've read the Bible.
Tell you that.
I've read it.
I read that bit.
But I know damn well I ain't read from the damn first page to the
Check
end.
this out.
If you're gonna believe it.
Yeah, I read that. I can tell you exactly why I read
the whole thing. That's like trying to tell a story, but you ain't read it through the whole.
Yeah, and I can tell you why.
No.
I'm telling you why I read. I'm telling you, I read it.
That's my personal opinion.
No, but that's like saying you hate a movie and you watch the first 30 minutes.
You just seen the preview.
You just seen, but I'm just telling you. I'm telling you,
it's the same thing. How is that not the same? How is that not the same? Explain now that's not the same.
You know how many movies I done seen like from the previews like that look like it's gonna be trash and I watch this.
We talking about a book and a movie.
It's the same damn thing.
That is the same thing. How is it not the same?
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm being real, and I'm not telling you that you gotta read.
You can't just say no. You have to explain yourself.
I'm telling you,
Cody, I don't have to explain nothing. I don't have to explain nothing to you. I'm telling you. That's just my thoughts on it. No, I haven't read the whole thing, but it doesn't mean I have to read the whole thing. That means you don't get the Bible because you didn't read the whole thing.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, but you don't even believe in it.
I know, but I've read it multiple times.
Well, then you should have believed because I believed and I ain't read the whole thing. So.
No, but I'm telling you,
that's not a good thing.
Hold on, but this is part of what I'm trying to say.
That's
Once you
not
read
good.
the whole thing, your whole perception changes on when you read. People say that's why I say you do. I'm telling you, you should. It's gonna take you a minute. You probably never will. Took me.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Bible is. I'm trying to figure out. Exactly. I'm trying to figure out.
It's not that hard to read the whole.
It's not that hard, but it's really not that hard.
It's a lot of stuff you can still read, but just because you read something don't mean that you understand it.
What? That means your comprehension skills.
Yeah, that just means you can't read.
If you read the whole Bible, you don't. Man, it be like die. Man, some of the words in there just be like.
Well, they use they use slightly older English, but you can still context it.
Die Z. That's common sense.
Yeah, I mean.
It's not hard to read, bro.
That's easy. But it's more detailed than this.
Even though. If you know how to read Shakespeare and literature, you can read it. Yeah. You know how to read Shakespeare?
Oh, please.
It's cool. If you don't know how to read, you don't.
Yeah.
I had to be taught how to do it. I didn't learn. I tell you, I took a class called Bible. I read the Bible because I was in a real dark spot in my life. Yeah. Because I wanted to die. And I was like, my grandma was like, you need to get the Lord in your life. And I was like, okay. So I read. And she was, like I said, you got to understand, my mom was Church of Christ. They believe completely different than people in Baptist believe. I was saved in a Pentecostal church. So I got all these different people telling me how I'm thinking the right way to live is wrong.
Yeah.
I got one group over here telling me I'm going to hell for this. One person telling me I'm going to hell for that. So I was like, I got to read this bitch for myself.
So what did you get out of it?
What I got out of it, you treat everybody better than what they treat you.
But did you have to read the whole book to get there?
Yeah.
But yes.
Every story.
Otherwise, how do you know?
It's not many stories in the Bible to where that you.
No, but also when you read the Bible, you also understand that the Old Testament was much harsher than the New Testament.
Yeah.
You also that's like you gotta
that is true. But I didn't read the whole Bible to know that though either.
I did, but I ain't gonna lie, I read it because I had people saying you going to hell if you do this and going to heaven if you don't. So I was like, I gotta read this and see who really going to heaven and who really going to hell. And after I read the whole Bible, that's why I said I don't believe in. Me reading the Bible made me not believe in religion because it's basically telling me that. How can I say that you wrong, that you a Christian? How can I tell you wrong, that you Muslim?
But it don't talk about
yes, it do. The Bible tells you to love everybody the same.
It did, most definitely.
It breaks down. Let me tell you something. The Bible. Let me tell you something. The book of Quran and the Bible is the closest two together. But if you go read a book, based on Buddhism, same concept.
That's why I just said it. How
if you really look into astrological, really read into what that is. That the Bible is based off the fucking stars.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason why.
It's based
but that's what I'm saying. It's like I have a lot of knowledge of, but it doesn't mean I have to read.
No, we're not saying. No, I didn't say that.
I'm not saying that you don't.
Nobody said you had to read. I'm just saying that you should.
No, but y'all came like if you don't read the Bible, if you ain't read from beginning to end, you don't know it.
You don't know it.
I said that.
Yes, you agreed.
I do it.
So I
said it because
I'm not
you
saying
can't
that you should. I'm saying that you should read it. So then you.
I've read it, but I said you have to read from beginning to end.
Then you
I'm not
haven't
being
read
technical like that.
I mean,
reading
it.
I'm not saying you got to read
the whole thing
from the beginning to the end. But I'm telling you,
the moral story
is
I ain't got to read the whole entire Bible to know right from wrong. Because I could read some of it. It could tell the whole story about Pharaoh and Moses,
but
and I'm going to understand what was what in the Bible.
Yeah, but you can say that about
anything.
I can
tell you, there's a lot of different stories in there that teach you a life lesson.
Yeah, but then there's a lot of and then there's a lot of contradictions. There's a lot of genealogy.
It is a lot of contradictions because it's like
you want to base your life on the whole fucking
slavery's in the Bible.
But it's not just that. It's like it'll tell you one thing, so there will be certain verses that immediately contradict.
I mean, if you want me to be completely honest,
no. But the different versions still say the same thing. They just may be written in different types of English. Yeah, the Old Testament, New Testament are the exact.
In the Old Testament, they say it's okay to stone DP to death.
Yes.
The New Testament tell you don't stone to death, forgive him.
Yeah.
That's why I say you got. Hey,
this is all new to me. That's why I can say I've never read the fucking Bible.
Man,
like it's like a back and forth thing. Everybody can believe what the fuck they want to believe.
I read a Bible, but it was like a teenage Bible where it's kind of like it break it down to you more easy than all that other stuff that's in about it. Kind of damn near look like it just kind of
it's just English.
It just give you like the whole fuck. It tells you damn near really just everything. It just break it down like a teenage thing.
No, I get what you're saying.
So like
I
you
get what
just
you're
get
saying.
that whole
I agree.
concept.
You gotta say anytime I speak, I'm speaking from whole, and that's part of what Jesus did. He spoke from whole. He never took a side. That's the tea. But if you read that,
but if you read in the Bible, he did take sides a lot.
He did.
Jesus is not like he was not this like philosophical genius. If you really read the Bible from front to back and read everything Jesus said, that motherfucker. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea to, if you believe in a religion, to know what the fuck it is.
We don't believe in religion though, so I mean,
you were talking about
it's spiritual. I grew up.
Okay. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual.
Okay. Haven't we been saying this the whole time?
You said you was taking religion.
No, I did not tell you that. No, I
kind of look at you as like the grandmother of the church.
No, the fuck I'm not.
That's how I look at you though.
I don't give a damn. I told your ass.
I'm sorry.
Like I kind of straight up.
Damn, my bad for giving you that much power.
Nah, that ain't no power. That ain't no power.
I really did look at you as somebody who really like a spiritual person, like
spiritual, not thank you.
Religious. Let me be clear.
No, not religious. You won't even know what religion I am. You don't know if I'm Christian, Muslim, nothing.
I don't care what you eat.
Thank you.
At this point,
shit,
you act like an op.
You are the
op. Act like Blue Lives Matter.
That's a terrible way to be judged right there.
That's not a terrible way. This man over here talking about voting for Trump. What the fuck is worse?
That's his opinion.
That's
his opinion.
That's why you over here acting like
y'all didn't try to talk. I'm just a neutral person. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. That's your motherfucking business.
My motherfucking opinion.
What you believe and what you do don't affect me.
Yeah. No.
It doesn't. That's just how I live. Like y'all going by this. Hey, I just believe in right or wrong.
What you eat today?
I don't fucking know.
What you eat today?
I had a Southwestern chicken bowl.
What you eat today, Cody? What you did eat today?
That's funny. Says the person that's got $500 worth of snacks in his goddamn apartment. I know I had spaghetti.
With all that said, none of that will make me shit.
Exactly.
TruChat. With all that said, none of that'll make me shit.
It won't make me shit.
Yeah, it won't.
So you are from Houston. I mean, when did you leave Houston to, pursue a career outside of Texas?
I left Houston when I graduated from high school, Lamar High School, and I went to a year of college, Trinity University in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. So I still stayed in Texas, but my dream was always to go to New York because I was a ballet dancer, and I wanted to study there. I knew that that's where the major companies were, and I thought that would be the place. It just took me a while to convince my parents because they didn't want me that far from home.
Oh yeah, I mean, how did they feel about it once you actually left?
They were very protective, and I'm grateful for it now. So I had to do some, real talking to get my dad because he believed, I had to make certain promises. I wouldn't take a subway, and I wrote them every day, and that was at a time, quite a few years ago, many. That you didn't have cell phones, and so I'd write letters, or a long distance call was kind of a big deal. You did it, but you just didn't do it 5 times a day like we do on mobile phones.
Yeah, and I'm
different time and different place.
Yeah, and so when did you start acting?
Well, when I went to New York, I really went to study dance, but there was papers called Equity and Backstage, and that have, interviews for commercials, and I thought, that would be, even though I was there to audition for Broadway shows, I thought that would be interesting, and so I'd go and I'd audition, for a commercial, and I got a Listerine commercial right off the bat, and it was sort of a step into film and what that's about, and how you put across sell a product in 30 seconds. So it slowly just crept in, and somebody at Paramount saw me, casting director, and her husband wanted to manage me, and I was put under a contract for Paramount Pictures at Paramount, and they gave me acting lessons, dance lessons, voice lessons, diction lessons. So it was at a time where, today everybody has a manager, they have an agent, they have a publicist, they have a stylist. I was sort of, a pure time where you go in, you do an audition, maybe you get it, maybe you don't, but it's really up to you. And the timing was great, and one thing led to another. So I started acting back then, way before Charlie's Angels. So when I was 22. Up until then, 21, dance and audition for shows, and then in 22, I was going in on auditions for different shows, did a few pilots, and did quite a few things really before Charlie's. I did a show with Robert Wagner and Eddie Albert called Switch. So, I think that particular show, I also did a McLeod, but I think that particular show got me Charlie's Angels.
Do you remember the day that you got the call saying that you had landed the spot on Charlie's Angels?
I certainly do. I know where I was I was in a house in Coldwater Canyon that I owned, and I got a call, and they said, because they really wanted a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead. They had the blonde, they had the brunette, and I wasn't a redhead, and I wasn't going to dye my hair red. So they had, I think, Robert Wagner and the creators, Ivan Goff and Ben Roberts, said, hey, this is the girl. And they called and offered me the part, and I was like kind of shocked because I knew they wanted a redhead, and I didn't think I did a particularly great reading for it, but I got the part. And I was standing in a kitchen, and there was a question of favored nations with Farrah and I. Kate had already done a show, so she was all getting more money. She had done the rookies. And I just said, and I was sort of surprised at my confidence. Either Farrah and I get favored nations, meaning salary-wise, or maybe I should walk away, because I knew it was going to be 3 girls alive on the screen at all times.
Right.
They gave it, and the rest is history. I just I knew both girls too before, and Farrah was a Texas girl, Kate from the South, so we had a lot in common.
Yeah.
And it was just immediate chemistry between the 3 of us.
So y'all had a really close bond.
We really did, and
that's the crazy.
Certainly don't have Farrah here now, but I think I was even closer to her at the end of her life. Watching her bravery, her courage, her stamina, and it brings you even closer when you experience something like that with someone.
Right.
Yeah.
And Kate, I see, and talk to all the time. She is Spencer Margaret's godmother. And my daughter. She's my daughter's godmother.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
so
close.
there's, the closeness remains. We've certainly gone the distance with our friendship.
When the show was on, it is a show that is very ahead of its time. I mean, even really in today's standards, to have a show with a strong female-led cast, I mean, is not really something that you even see now that often. Did you realize that it was going to have that much of an impact?
I thought it was when I read the script, I thought it was fun. I thought it had it had humor, it had a flair, it had glamour, and I thought it had a shot But no, I never thought we'd be talking about it 40 years later. I didn't think it would be the hit. It was, neither did ABC. In fact, when they tested the pilot, the ratings went through the roof, and the network said this couldn't be true, so they ran it again, and it went even higher. So there was an immediate, the public was ready for, you know, something different. 3 women in a lead was something I know that we got. I think they felt, well, this is sex exploitation. It was so innocent and just, you know, sort of very, very pure in my book. You know, I mean, we were in swimsuits on the beach. We hardly had a boyfriend. Very rarely did that enter into a plot on the show. And that, I think, in a way, it reached all ages. You know, young kids could watch with their parents, and you know, I think it spanned from young to old. And I think people liked, you know, they liked the glamour, they liked the clothes, they liked the plots, they liked the, as Aaron Spelling said, it's eye candy, and I think that's what kept it going.
Yeah. No, definitely.
From a woman's perspective, I agree. Charlie's Angels was like a good image.
Yeah.
Well, we had fun. We really did. And, you know, I think the first season, certainly that was the closest bond. We started it, and it was just, we got along. It was just the right mix of girls. But I think Cheryl did a great job and had impossible shoes to fill and did it beautifully. But it was never the same as the first 3.
Right.
That never happened again. But the show was still a hit.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean,
because it was a winning concept, I think. And David Doyle was a winner. And, you know, I think Aaron Spelling and Lynn Goldberg knew what the public wanted. And that's what we did.
Yeah, and that was just the first season, right? I mean, that it was the 3 original Kate Jackson, Farrah Fawcett.
That was just the first, and then Kate was 3 more, you know, and then, but Cheryl came in, and the ratings remained. So, you know, I think that says something for what the show was. The public was ready to see it, and it was sort of a relief. You know, it wasn't a typical cop show, and women were in stronger roles, and people liked it. And we were all very different. We were, you know, so different in our looks, and our demeanor, and how we projected on screen.
Were you a fan of the remakes? Well, there's been 2 now, but I mean, how did you feel about the way that it was handled?
Well, I was in not the first one, but the second one, and you know, I think Drew did the best job of the remakes. The last one was too dark and really lost what we were about. You know, the friendship, the bond of the girls, having each other's back. I mean, it became too dark, in my opinion. And then the series they did that was shot in Miami, that was just really, I mean, that didn't last a minute.
Right.
So I think, you know, when you have a concept that people still remember, you should sort of honor that. And I don't think they did. This last one and the one in Miami. But I think Drew's movies were fun. You know, they were brightly lit and fun and light. And
I can definitely agree on the last one. They just kind of like dropped the ball. But the first 2 remakes, I loved them.
Yeah, Charlie's Angels and Full Throttle. Yeah, I thought they were really good. So, I mean, you've worked with, because, I mean, Charlie's Angels had so many different guest starring performances.
Oh, my gosh, so many.
Dean, I mean, there was
James Woods, Kim Basinger. Well, I mean, somebody was asking me that. Louis Jourdan, Ida Lupino, some people, you guys are, I don't know how old you are, you might not know who Ida Lupino is, but she was a major star in the 40s. Jimmy Darren. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Kim Cattrall was on our show from Sex and the City.
And
you know,
Tommy Lee Jones,
many.
I think, too, right?
Who?
I think Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones was in the pilot. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well,
because I was
in the first episode.
Yeah, because I saw that.
In fact, he played my boyfriend, but they never brought him back. But that's because he went on to his show, Magnum.
Yeah, he did all right.
Great in it.
yeah. Yeah. So
another winning concept. So,
yeah.
And I think haven't they done another one? Isn't there another one now?
Magnum PI. There is. It's not really nearly as good. No. I mean they've tried that with just about every show, and none of them are good. Hawaii 5-0 is not good. I mean they're.
I didn't see those, but it's hard, when there's been magic to recapture it. I mean they really have to cast right and sort of stick to the original concept, because when people have followed it, that's what they want to see.
Exactly. The OGs.
Yes.
I think when they try to remake movies, they just need to stick to the script. Like they shouldn't change anything up.
I mean, you can put it in modern times.
But just keep
the essence of the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Charlie Angels, the first two remakes, they did that. They stuck to the script. They didn't switch nothing up.
Yeah, and when they go too far off, I mean, people are kind of expecting something familiar, and it's not there, and so, they don't tune in.
Yeah.
I think when you think about television hits, there's few and far. Friends, Sex and the City. I mean, you can just see them over and over, and I think that's rare, though. To get a hit is rare. You get a lot of successful shows, but the shows that, the fans continue, I have fans I've sort of grown up with. They still follow me. If I do an appearance at Sears or Kmart, they're there with a picture from the show to sign. And it really makes you grateful to think, boy, these people have been supportive and followed my career, and it's just a good feeling. It's a nice feeling.
But you were also like a role model to a lot of girls that grew up with really not, I mean, as far as television goes, not a lot of role models to be found.
Like
I mean, boys,
exactly. Independence, women's independence. Like, it's kind of what it represented to women or young girls. Independence,
Yeah, it is. It's nice that, they, girls come up, whoa, we played you. I was you, this one was that. So, yeah, I think girls did see three women making their way and being financially independent, emotionally independent, and that was appealing to young girls, and they wanted to emulate it, and I think that's what grabbed them originally, the bond of the girls and the strength of the girls, and it's sort of nice to know that those same fans are still supporting, whether it be my line at Kmart or my skincare or my line of wigs. I have a fabric line with Fabric. So, a lot of those people, when I make a store appearance, they're there, still supporting me. So,
and so
something to be thankful and grateful for.
I noticed that you were saying that you had a lot of other lines and stuff. How did you really step into the business side of things outside of acting? Like, what pursued that? What put that on your mind to, start the wig line and stuff like that?
Well, certainly after Charlie's, which sort of defined me in many ways, I was pursued by Kmart, and at first I said to design a line of sportswear, and at first I thought, no, I'd never really seen the clothes in there, and I thought, I want to have total control and really design. And so I turned it down. I was under contract to Max Factor at the time, and Max Factor said, I don't think that's your customer. So I turned it down. They called me back and said, please come in and just look at the line of clothes we have, which I did. It was very reminiscent of a Ralph Lauren ad, very collegiate, cotton shirts, pleated pants. And I thought, wow, I looked at the price point and I couldn't believe they could produce a line of clothes at that price point. And I thought, wow, this would be something. My mother had always wanted to be a designer, a dress designer, a fashion designer. So I said, if I can really design, if I can really learn how you put out in mass market, this is something I'd want. I want to know from the hang tag to the commercials to the print ads, and they said, this is what we want. We want you totally involved. So Kmart really was a springboard for all the other branding I've done. I mean, over 100 million women have purchased my clothes. And then I went into handbags, shoes, accessories, jewelry. So, and then I went into home at Kmart also. Home goods, sheets, towels. So then when you have that kind of following or customer, other people approach me. My husband developed my skincare line, which I love. He's a doctor. He's a pediatric heart surgeon, so his mind works in, people would say, what do you use? What do you do? And he broke down what I did and enhanced it because, as you know, every year they come out with something new, whether it be in products or what you eat or what you shouldn't eat. So he's a researcher. So I think he created a line of, I think we have 7 products. We have a night cream with retinol, and then a repairing night cream. We have a eye cream, an exfoliator, and a day cream that has pearl dust, diamond dust, and it's UVA and UVB. So it's really what I use. And he just took what I wore, what I'd been using, all these years, and sort of made it better. And the fabrics came to me 10 years ago outside of Kmart. Would you like to design a line of fabrics? Well, I'm love home. I have a passion for antiques and beautiful things in the home, whether it be fabrics or furniture or, silver or crystal. I just love all that. So all the things I've done have been a passion, and it's been easy. It's not work. It's just a gift to design fabrics. Wigs, as you know, I'm a breast cancer survivor, many years, 18 or so.
Congratulations.
And I didn't have to do chemo, and that was a gift from God. Wow.
That's a blessing.
But it makes you think how important when women lose their hair, how important wigs are. So when they approached me, it sounded good, because all of my products are at an affordable price. So it makes it possible for, the world to have them, not just a select few at the high-end price. And every year, my friend Jose Bear, who's a famous hairstylist, we go to City of Hope, which is a cancer, hospital, and we put wigs and we style them. We put them on women that have lost their hair, and I'm going to tell you, it's one of the most fulfilling days because they come in one way and they go out another, and they feel uplifted and pretty and feminine, and they love him, and they're just happy. Losing your hair is not an easy thing. So the wigs, certainly we've designed a wig too where the inside is like a silicone, so it doesn't hurt your head. So I'm really proud of my wig line, and it's with Paula Young wigs, and my fabrics are Fabric Cut, and my line is under the title of Trend, Jaclyn Smith for Trend. And then my skincare is on my website. Jaclyn. You can go to jaclynsmith.com and go to Jaclyn Smith Beauty, and it's there. And then Sears and Kmart. Let me see, my daughter, I launched that when I was pregnant. So I've been with them 35 years. That's kind of going.
Hey, that's amazing. That sounds good.
Yeah. I'm really aging myself, but
no.
I'm really proud of that longevity.
Right. Yeah. How common was it then for an actress to start her own clothing line? Because now it's, every actress seems like they have a clothing line. Like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Well, they want one, but when I did it, it was like, you can't do it. You're not going to do it for Kmart. That's not your customer. So, I really pioneered that. And,
True.
and it's been a gift because it's made it possible for me to pick and choose what I want to do in movies. I just didn't have to do something to work. That was very lucrative. And in a sense, yes, it was. I had that. I had backup plans always. So,
right.
I'd do a movie when I loved it, but once I had kids, yes, I continued to work, but I wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for me to leave them,
right.
and go on a lot of locations. So I had to choose movies in town or movies in the summer where they could be with me, because I don't do well away from them. Even now, and they're grown.
Right, yeah. I mean, because I know that you played Jackie Kennedy, Jackie Onassis, in a movie. I mean, is she kind of a fashion influence to you? I mean, she was for a lot of people.
I loved her. I loved her. I thought she was amazing, and an incredible mother, an incredible first lady. So to play her was an honor. I mean, it was just sort of daunting to take it on at the time. I thought, I can't do this, but I had a wonderful director, a wonderful script, and 70 costumes that created her look, which was iconic. From the 50s, the 60s, the A-line, the pillbox hat, it was all helped create that character. I had a dialect coach that helped me, emulate her voice to some degree. They didn't want it as whispery at that point when I played her, but certainly the Long Island accent dialect I got.
Yeah.
So that was really, I think, my favorite role. I love historical roles. I love doing George Washington and, Florence Nightingale. But I would say Jackie, that one was my favorite.
Yeah. No, I could. I mean, do you think that there was kind of a mystique about actors in the 70s that just can't be recreated because of social media? I mean,
absolutely. It's probably the wisest thing you could say. There is no mystery. There is no secret. Everybody knows how much money you make, where you live, who you date, or who you're married to, and what your house costs, or what. Yeah, it's crazy. I found it more interesting when there was mystery to people, and mystery to life, and surprise. But today, that does not exist. It really doesn't.
No, I
mean, I think it's wrong. I really do.
Yeah,
and I think for young people coming up, they're on their phones, they're on the computer. I mean, they're not even teaching young children cursive writing.
Yeah,
I know.
Because a handwritten note or letter, I just feel that's important for everybody to be able to do.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know if you ever went to Studio 54, but I would imagine that could never have existed if there were cell phones at the time.
That's right. Yeah. I went to Studio 54.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was laden with famous and all celebrity, and it was just a unique time. I'm glad that certainly when I was on television too, there was 3 major networks. Now we have cable, we have so many choices. It's hard I spend too much time just thinking, oh God, that looks good. That you don't always know what to watch. There's so many choices.
That's true.
But I think why we remember Charlie's Angels and certain shows of that period is because 3 networks, the amount of people tuning in to that one show was phenomenal. And you don't get that today.
No, you have too many streaming services now.
Or something.
Yeah, I mean, a show is a huge hit if it can get 1 million people to watch it. And Charlie's Angels probably had 30 million at least per episode, probably something like that.
I don't know the exact number, but a lot.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, so, I mean, do you have any... Is there any kind of, not necessarily regret's probably not the right word, but because you've been so successful in business, has it made you wish that maybe you had done more acting, or are you completely content with where you're at right now?
Well, no, there's nothing like getting a good role and being in a wonderful movie. It just takes you to another place. So I'm open to that, and when it's good, I'll do it. But I think, to stay creative in any form is a plus. It's rejuvenating to your mind and your soul, and to keep being challenged. So, yeah, I'm open to any, if I see a script I love. I've done some Hallmark, Lifetime recently. I love doing that. But I'm glad I have business, too, because it challenged me in a different way. I mean, to be honest, it's more difficult than doing a movie. Doing a movie, you create your role, everything's, people are dressing you and doing your hair. I mean, business is a day-to-day thing. You have to really be involved in a brand, or it doesn't survive.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, do you have any kind of words of wisdom for anyone that's wanting to pursue a career in maybe starting their own fashion line, or something?
Just business in general.
Business in general.
Because me and my co-host DP here, we're actually getting ready to start one of our first businesses. I currently have one, along with TruChat podcast with my co-host. And any type of jewels or gems, man, people be glad to hear that. Definitely, I would.
Yeah.
Well, I think if training is everything. Interning with wonderful people, with designers. If you want to be a designer, there's always those jobs open to work with a fashion magazine.
All right.
Because they will hire interns, and it won't be for money, but if you want to learn, that's a great place. And, if it's a runner or whatever, believe me, you can learn in any aspect working around creative people. You just pick it up, and, they're usually working at a fast pace, and you have to be on the ball. And I think, every designer hires, has a group of people they work with, and many of them, whether it be interior design, fashion design, you pick who you want, and you pursue it, and you don't give up, and you say, hey. And if you have to work two jobs, you work two jobs in order to work with somebody you really respect and admire.
Right. So it's like, acting, is that something like you always wanted to do, or is it something you just like, okay, I want to be an actress one day, or is it something you just you've been wanting to do?
Well, I think I started out wanting to be a ballet dancer in a company. And then it just one step led to another, and the more acting I did, the more I loved it, and the more I wanted to do more of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's good how it worked out for you.
Yeah, so, I mean, I got to sort of do my dream, you know? You think, hey, did this really happen? I'm still doing it at my age. I started as a dancer, went into acting, went into business, so it's been a fruitful, productive career for me that I'm grateful for. But I don't know if I said, okay, I'm going to be an actress. I sort of let things unfold. I got into it naturally. It called my name. People handed me a card. We want to put you under a contract. I go, oh, really? Okay. And then I started training, and one thing led to another. But I didn't, I think the thing I had a passion for was to be a dancer. In retrospect, that wouldn't have worked because a dancer's life is short-lived, and it usually, when you're in a company, it involves travel, and I'm a homebody. So what happened in my life was perfect for me. Yeah, it really was.
As far as like the business and the business side of it, was it ever just like a moment to where you kind of you didn't want to give up, but you just kind of had like your back felt like against the wall? What would if you did have that moment, what did you do to get through that?
Well, yeah, we had ups and downs with Kmart, Sears. Business goes through ups and downs.
Yes, ma'am.
But I was fortunate in that I had a loyal customer, and my sportswear always did well. The store had some challenges. And sometimes if we designed for all body sizes and shapes. If we got too far off that wouldn't be good, because I need to meet the needs of a size 6 and a size 12 or a plus size. So when we keep with our original philosophy, my line does well. But you also want your store to do well. And so there's been challenges, as you know, in business today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, what goals do you see, for yourself, for your career? I mean, you've done a lot. I mean, more than the majority of people ever will, but I'm sure you still have some goals that you still want to achieve.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe to do a play, maybe to, you know, go back into case goods, which I don't have right now. I love furniture, so, you know, designing furniture and bringing in, you know, a complete look. I think there's a shortage of choices in wedding dresses for the whole wedding party, things like that. There's a million new places I could go. So you just keep pushing ahead and trying new things. So yeah, I always have a lot of new ideas brewing.
If there's anything that you'd like to promote, anywhere where people could follow you, I mean, we definitely want to get that out.
I want them to know that Kmart and Sears are still out there. I have a line of skincare that I'm very proud of, that you go to JaclynSmith.com, Jaclyn Smith Beauty, it's on my website. And I have a line of fabrics for fabric cut. I have a new fabric out there called Inside Out. So it's beautiful inside and outside. You can put it in the sun, your dogs can go on it, your children can spill paint, and you can wash it up. It's a miracle fabric. So it's called Inside Out for trend under fabric cut. And my line of wigs. So, you know, I'm very proud of it all. And if you go to my website, you'll see it all, and it'll all be explained in detail. All right, and I just want to say, stay safe to everyone. Wear a mask. You know, do what they're telling us to do.
Well, we definitely appreciate you giving us your time and, you know, blessing us with the information you have.
Yeah.
Well, happy to do it, and especially for fellow Texans. Okay.
Yes,
ma'am. I love
Yes,
Texas.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We really appreciate it.
I've lived here more than any place, but I still consider myself a Texan.
Do you ever visit?
Well, I visit my brother in New Braunfels, but once I lost my parents, I'm not able to go. I'm just not strong enough yet. But I would like to go back, take my grandchildren, things like that, but I can't do it right now.
Sure. Well, if you're ever back, let us know. All right.
I will let you know, and I appreciate all the time.
All right. Okay? Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you take care. Stay safe.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Tell her stop playing with me. Now talk about money, then please stay away from me. I see demons, somebody please pray for me. I recline in my chair and wait patiently. Tell her stop playing with me. Yeah. Tell her stop playing with me. Yeah.